Hey, 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 welcome to my show. I have something to say, and I'm really glad I do because 27 months ago, I couldn't say anything. But I'm really thrilled to bring to the show Avi Golden. I had a little birdie tell me that he was an amazing human being, and she bragged and bragged and bragged on Avi. She said he's gifted, sense of humor, funny, giving nature. So all these things. So without further ado, I want to bring Avi to the show. Hey, Avi.
How are you?
I am doing good. I really thrilled to have you on the show. You didn't know it, but I'm going to tell you a quick story. When I had my stroke and I couldn't talk, my mom and I were very close, and she sent me a video of Tom Broussard and another video of you talking, and said the following: these people have aphasia, and look at them, they're talking. And that gave me so much hope. Just the thing that when I realized that if I did the work, I could talk. So I thank you. I've been wanting to say that to you for a long time. So tell me about your story before you had your stroke.
So 5, 10, 11, 12, 13 years ago, I have a stroke. But before, I was in New York City, and I was a paramedic, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And before that is EMT 20 years ago. And then later I also study, and I passed for critical care and then flight paramedic as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's really very, very cool. So it's full-time at North Shore LIJ and half-time at Columbia Presbyterian, and a lot of stuff to do, a lot of EMS, stuff like that. And also, I also was in Israel studying for 3 years.
Wow.
And in the evening, going to Magen Adom to ride as well. So it was very, very cool.
I didn't know any of that, so thanks for sharing. So take me back to your stroke event. What happened?
So I was going to go to medical school, but I have a heart condition, a AV valve. So I say, you know what? Before medical school, I want to go to surgery because my father has AV valve as well. So I have a hereditary.
Yeah, I got it.
So I went to surgery, and in the surgery, I have a stroke resulting in aphasia.
No way. So you had this event and you had the surgery and you woke up with aphasia.
It's awesome.
So I've got a special guest that I'm going to bring on the show. I think she's married, but I think she has a crush on you.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, look
up.
Hi, Avi.
How are you?
So
I'm
how did
Everyone.
you get to know Avi?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that everyone has a crush on Avi, so he knows everyone. So that's no surprise to Avi, I'm sure. But I am a speech pathologist, and through the various New York City circles of aphasia and speech pathology and different universities, Avi and I have come to know each other in many capacities over many years.
So, what's the one thing you can say about Avi that gives him so much um, uh, leeway with talking about aphasia? Is it because he had aphasia and he began to spread awareness? What is his uh, number one strength, in your opinion?
So, like you and Tom Broussard, you mentioned, there's a lot of people who have had aphasia and have various levels of recovery. I think Avi's strength is that pretty much from day one, he never let it stop him from living an amazingly glorious life.
That's amazing. Avi, tell me about this amazingly glorious life you live. Tell me about that.
So after the stroke, um, all I can say was Michael for 1 year.
Wow.
And
Michael.
Michael all day long. And I was working.
Did you know a Michael?
I don't know whether his roommate, I was a long time ago, his roommate or cousins, but I don't know.
I got it.
Uh-oh. Where's Avi?
Avi.
And as a police fireman, the ambulance was friends with me and friends and family, and everybody is laughing. And they said, "Who is Michael?" And I say, "Michael."
I just said 1111111. That's all I could say. 1111111. So funny. So tell me about your work now. You do so many amazing things. Just tell me your story and we'll blend in. We need to.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Please come talk. But basically, so 4 months is I was in the hospital, 2 months at North Shore and 2 months at Columbia Presbyterian, and every day I was working with a speech pathology, OT and PT, work. Um, um, and then afterwards, I went to a lot of places and with a speech pathology to work as well. And I'm still working today. I mean, right now, no, because I'm talking with you, but
so funny.
but every day, and it's getting better. It's slowly, very slowly, but getting better every day.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
When you first had your stroke, did anybody predict your outcome? Like my case, I was sitting in the room in the hospital, and my kids were all around, and the neurologist predicted my outcome. You'll never speak again. You'll never read again. You'll never write again. And did anybody predict your outcome?
No, but a speech pathology a long time ago also was saying, I don't know whether you are speaking or not speaking, but me and you are trying, and get is and um, and then 1 or 2 years, 1 or 2 months in the future, we'll talk about uh, speaking less or more.
Good. So they gave you a little bit of hope. That wasn't the case in my case, but
No. And you know what? very much use a similar approach to what Avi's therapist does. I always tell them, this is the worst it's going to be. It's going to get better from here. I don't know exactly how long or how far it's going to go, but it's never going to be this bad again. Give me a month, it'll be way better.
That's so good. So when did you decide to educate people about aphasia? When did you come to the conclusion that you had the personality, the wherewithal to do it? And you smile so much. Me and you have that in common. I smile all the time too. So when did you decide?
So
when was your aha moment?
So in the hospital, about 2 weeks, I was crying and laughing with a speech pathology, but crying as well. And then I say, you know what? I want to fight, and I want to work with a speech pathology. And then later, it's 1.5 years after the stroke, I went to University of Michigan, and then I spoke more because it's University of Michigan is a 6-month intensive program.
Yeah, I did too. 3 months. Yeah.
3 months. Oh, really?
In St. Petersburg at the Aphasia Center.
Right. So then I say, you know what? I want to broadcast. So I called or I emailed a lot of places, and I say, is it okay to speak? And a speech pathology or speech pathology student say, yeah, of course you can speak about your story. And that's how I do it.
Yeah, you know what? I looked through your PowerPoint. You have an extensive PowerPoint. I looked at my guy. If he can say all that, he's my hero. So
he can do all that too.
I'm going to ask you. Tell me about this extreme sports you do. Tell me.
Well, first of all, I just want to say, a lot of people who has aphasia also speak, because I speak and I say, you know what, you can come and speak, and a lot of people are speaking about their story as well.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
He does. He brings friends.
Good.
And other people to share their perspectives as well. He's come to so many of my courses to talk to my students, and he always brings an entourage, as I said.
You've never invited me.
So, invited.
Hurt. Carolyn.
Well, yeah, we'll talk, but you can come and speak.
I was talking about Carolyn not inviting me. I will come with you. You know I'm picking. So tell me about this extreme sports you do.
So I have 3 things. Number 1, I am speaking with a speech pathology together, working, and I'm talking about I was a paramedic, so I am speaking with a speech pathology together, talking about aphasia with EMS, police, firemen, and the hospital.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, but I love disability sports. Before the stroke, I was a lot of sports, not like football, baseball. I don't like it a lot, but like extreme, like
snow skiing.
Skiing, yes. Well, snowboarding.
Okay.
Skydiving, or.
Have you jumped out of the plane since you had your stroke?
One before the stroke, twice after the stroke.
Oh, doubled up.
And then indoor skydiving one time after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff.
The
So
glider. Remember when you flew a glider plane?
in Israel.
I don't know. They towed you up and then they let you fly the
Oh,
glider.
yes.
No way.
Like 3 or 4 or 5 times, and a lot of people come with aphasia or disability together with me and glide. It's amazing, and it's free. It's free. It's free.
Everything that's free is better, somewhat. So tell me about what your goal is, what your dream is, what you want to accomplish.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, uh, I I like to go to medical school. I mean, I really do. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to do it or not, but I'm trying. So I'm working with a speech pathology, but I am uh, talking with a speech pathologist together, telling with doctors and nurses and PAs and EMS or whatever to learn to understand more than before. Because this is interesting. In the hospital, I never did I did not know it in the hospital to a speech. I did not know it a speech pathology. Never, ever. And after that, I in the hospital, the speech pathology said, "Come to in the hospital," and I say, Michael," and they said, "Hi, my name is blah blah. I am a speech pathology," and I say, "Blah blah 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 blah," and yeah, I did not know that at all ever, um, but so now I speak with a speech pathologist together, talk,
Good.
talking about aphasia. So it's
Can I ask you a question? You tell me when you have to go because I would keep you on here all day.
I will.
Ever get depressed when you had your stroke? Tell me about that, because people that have aphasia, people that have motor praxia, dysarthria, like I did, I was so isolated. I couldn't talk. And I went through a bout of depression, isolation, sadness. How about you?
actually, yeah. Um, uh, Small, but yeah, is I'm crying and I'm a lot of in my head. I say, Michael. I mean, I'm still I am here. I'm
Yeah.
work, but Alta is nothing. Um, so so two things. Number one, the doctors talk with me about pills with depression, but I say no.
Me
Uh,
too.
good, good.
Me too.
Yeah,
I just did. I refused.
yeah.
Refused.
And then a speech pathology work with me again. So it's very small for me. Was crying, but then uh, I am working. I am saying I'm fighting. I'm fighting, and laughing, but fighting as well. And it's good for me to good uh, getting better every day.
You
Uh,
know, we talked about this with Carolyn, and she did such a great job. She helped so much. I'm telling you, we had the most watched show, and people love your demeanor, love your hopefulness. So um, people need to be given hope. People need to understand we are the same person before I struck. And, people just didn't know what to say. I, I, I feel grateful for the people that went away.
That's so interesting.
I feel grateful, but the ones that stayed, I'm even more grateful for. But I have learned so much about why they left. I had a person come back into my life that apologized. I said, "What are you apologizing for?" And he said, "Paul, you were just so effervescent personality. All of a sudden, I saw this man that couldn't say a word, and I didn't know what to do, so I left." So it's
Sorry.
no, go ahead.
A lot of people who has aphasia also are depression is
Yes.
met a long time ago, and I say, please, struggle, go to speech pathology and laugh and and fight. And I don't know, is a lot of people in my head. I say fighting with a lot of people, and we'll see.
I get it, because it takes determination, it takes grit, it takes enthusiasm, it takes mindset, it takes routine, it takes habit. You have to set goals. For me, I learn something every single day. Every single day. Add a new word, a new phrase. I just practice, practice, practice. And I think Carolyn helped me with that, and she so continued to practice.
Another thing, Avi, you should mention is that I think you found a lot of social support in various types of aphasia groups and centers. And I think a lot of people may not know about those opportunities.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, well, it's two things. It's number one, a lot of speech pathology, a lot of um, I so in the Zoom or whatever, because the virus is there.
Yes.
If I'm afraid, but I go to Zoom for example, University of Michigan. I am going to University of Michigan to not study, to learn, not learn, to have a good time together with a lot of people who has aphasia and speak
Yeah.
together. Um, University Arizona, Adler Aphasia Center.
I heard great things about Adler. Great things.
Yeah, every day they are working with people, and it's 3 or 4 times a day. A lot of 1 hour, 1 hour for uh, arts or uh, work. A lot of stuff. A lot of
Yes. They have many different types of programs, right? For somebody with any type of interest, they have book clubs and
Good.
games and writing and all different kinds of things. And it was live prior to COVID. And I know you've been in plays there and many things.
and
Do you like plays?
before no. Afterwards, I am play with Adler Aphasia Center, so it's twi- twice. One time is very high. It's called Fiddler on the Roof, and I was
Oh yeah.
Tevye, so I had a beard.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
I wish I was a rich man. Da 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 da.
And also I hate beers at all.
What other on the roof?
Yeah, what other parts have you had? Have you been a nun?
Yeah, like
None.
step back, like Greece or
Oh, Greece, right? You were in Greece?
yeah.
What did you play? You were John Travolta in Greece?
No,
Go Greece lightning.
no. Ed Morgan, who has aphasia, also he is a Greece. He was a high. He's phenomenal, and he also is speaking less than me, like very less, but he is high functioning, and he before the stroke he is a edu uh, uh, uh,
Was he a politician?
no a teacher, educational, not
I got it.
sports.
I got it. Let me say hi to my son real quick. Hey, Chris, I love you. That's my son. And I just wanted to say hi. Love you.
I think you were a background nun in The Sound of Music, right?
My son is so annoying. He says, nice George Clooney cut.
Oh, come on. Paul looks so handsome.
Oh, stop it. Oh.
Well, it's been so fun getting to hang out with the two of you, and I have to go, but I hope I get to see you both again.
Watch. Wait. We're gonna take a picture. Wait. We take a picture. Come on. I turned my phone off. Hang on 1 second. Talk to Avi.
Avi.
Yes. How are you?
No, another thing I think that you should mention is how independent you are with traveling. I think a lot of people with aphasia,
it's gone out. I wanted to take a picture of me making fat lip with Avi.
But I can do it and take a picture and then send as well.
Okay, please.
But before I go, I think it's really amazing the traveling that Avi does, whether by driving or by plane. He's super independent, gets around everywhere. I mean, to Israel. All over New York and the United States. You drive. I mean, you'll be like, I can't do that next week because I'm going to be in Ohio. I'm like, all right, next week, no, Minnesota or whatever. So I encourage you to talk about that, because for a lot of people, that is very intimidating, especially alone.
Yep.
So with that, I bid you adieu.
Thank you very, very much.
Call me. I'll have my people call you. We'll get in touch. And thank you so much.
Good to see you guys. Bye.
Say the dog as well.
Bye. That was nice. She is such an amazing person. She has such a love for helping people with aphasia. And I love her style about doing that. She always provides me encouragement. So I love it. So, Avi.
Yes.
You've done all these things. What motivated you to do this? Because people when you get aphasia, it's like a train wreck. All of a sudden you wake up, you're fluent, and all of a sudden, not so much. One word, me. One word, you. One, Michael. One, Michael. Michael, one. Michael, one. And you're lost you can understand everything, but you can't put the words together. And so how did you find the strength? It's so important, because somebody's watching this right now. And I can tell you, we have a lot of audience. Somebody is watching this right now that could use your help, use your motivation. So tell me, how did you motivate so much?
Sure, absolutely. So 1.5 years after the stroke, the Elayne Ganzfried, I think so. After the stroke it's hard, but Elayne Ganzfried, I think so. She was a speech pathology, and she also was a not education. It's called aphasia. No, aphasia association training. I don't know.
That's okay.
A long time ago is in New York City, and
Keep talking. I got to get my battery. Keep
no problem. No problem. So a long time ago was in New York City. So Elayne Ganzfried is a president of ARC, not ARC, whatever, and she said said you a long time ago is a paramedic in New York City, and I say Michael, whatever, and she said is okay to speak with EMS or fire departments or police to speak about aphasia, and I said of course, Michael, of course, Michael, whatever you want. So it's the first time for me to speak about my story, and it's like 5 minutes. A long time ago, it's 5 minutes. Just speak.
Yeah. How did you feel when you first spoke? How did you feel?
Frightened. But then later I'm not angry, awesome, because it's a lot of people they understand was EMS or hospital to understand they understand aphasia, but don't really know what it's a lot. Aphasia affects a lot is a speaking ability, and a lot of doctors and nurses who understand aphasia or EMS understand, but don't really because they doesn't. Hold on. I have a paramedic textbook in paramedic police paramedic textbook,
Okay.
and I say, you know what, I want to go to paramedic textbook and read what is aphasia. So I went exactly. So I went to work, going to see what aphasia is, and then I see, and it's 4 words: difficulty naming object correctly, and that's it. And I say, what the, like,
yeah. Are you kidding me?
yeah, and it's 1,000 pages, like, huge, and it's only 4 words, and it's like, what? So I now speak about aphasia with a speech pathologist together, so they understand more than before, because everybody is saying, oh yeah, aphasia affects speaking. Okay, fine, whatever. It's whatever.
Say one thing. Bye, Lori. Thanks for tuning in. Avi says bye too. Go ahead.
Yeah.
For me, when I had my stroke, I didn't know what aphasia was, and nobody told me. I didn't know what motor praxia was. Nobody told me. I didn't know what dysarthria was. It was 7 weeks before I had an explanation of what I had.
Really?
Yes. 7 weeks before I had my first speech lesson. Wow. 7 weeks.
Wow.
7 weeks. And it just was driving me crazy because I got on the computer and I was trying to do research about what aphasia was. Funny story, Avi. A year after my stroke, I went downtown St. Petersburg and conducted a sidewalk interview. Asked 100 people, what is aphasia? And I heard it's a country in Africa. It's if you turn 2 blocks and turn right, go down 4 blocks, you'll run into Aphasia Street. I'm telling you. And another guy said it's a menu item in the sushi restaurant.
But also before that, I mean, no, I know that aphasia is there before the stroke, but I don't really care, and I like whatever. It's who cares? It's nothing. So I understand, because a lot of people don't realize or don't know that it's like what's going on aphasia. So yeah.
Hey Jerry, see you later.
Oh, there we go.
Jerry is such a good guy. He does his shows, Striving for Greatness, Let's Talk Stroke. He's one of my best friends. I'm so thankful that I have gotten to know him. He is authentic, genuine, and intentional. Such a great guy. So let me ask you this.
Yes.
And Elayne Ganzfried from. Okay.
So she spoke with me 1.5 years.
You do that too? I want to say he, and I said she. Do you do that too? I do too, all the time. It drives me crazy. I would be describing one of my friends and calling him a she all the time.
And a speech pathology laugh hysterically because I say, no, that's wrong. No.
Oh, Jerry, you're still here. Okay, thank you, Jerry. Good to know you're here. What did Carla say? We were told that if Kayla survived, she would most likely not be able to hear, speak, or see. If she could speak, it would just be gibberish. Well, you ought to see her now. So she can talk. I'm so proud of all my friends that I went to the Aphasia Center with her, and she does a good job. Paul, are you making me blush? Oh, Jerry, you'll get over it. So what's your main goal? I think the fact that you're educating policemen, first responders, because it's so important. Hospitals. Yeah. I had a little bout about 6 months ago. I was in the hospital. They think I was having a stroke, but I didn't. And I was on the stroke floor. And the lady came in. She was a young nurse. And I said, how long have you been on the stroke floor? And said, oh, 1.5 years. I said, good. I have aphasia. What's that? She asked me, what's that? I said, you work on the stroke floor and you don't know what aphasia is? Sit down, honey, and I'm going to tell you. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. But so it's 3 things. Again, is 1 is working with a speech pathology, 2 speaking with EMS, police, fire department, hospital, but also speech pathology students or staff, people with aphasia, people with disability, kids, 1 or 2 like not stroke, 1 or 2 other classroom or whatever to speak about aphasia. And then I love for me this sports.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah,
extreme sports.
Yeah, so that's 3 things, and that I love it.
Thank you very much for doing all you do. I had Carla on my show with Gabby, and they were just amazing. Gabby was told the same thing that Kayla and her mother was told. She would never speak again. And she's speaking. She has so much courage. I'm just so proud. people with strokes and aphasia, you can't wear us out. We'll get back up and fight again and fight and fight and fight. So Janice Stevens said, this happened to John. He was on a stroke ward and they were asking him questions. I put them right. Good for you. Good for you. We all need to stand up for aphasia awareness. Even healthcare providers need education. That's why we are here. Bingo, Leslie. Leslie had a stroke. She was a yoga instructor, and she teaches yoga in her wheelchair. It's amazing, amazing.
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Leslie, yeah, and she does a great job, So let me play a little bit of the comments. Go so many things that comes with aphasia. Hard work, and so many people don't understand aphasia and don't have education that need it, and we have to struggle through that. Many times we talk about this a lot. Many times you'll go out, when I first had my stroke, and the eye roll or impatience. They lose their patience. I'm sure you experienced that too. I feel like wearing a sign, hey, I have an aphasia and I'm fun to talk to. But it's hard sometimes.
Yes, it's hard, absolutely, but also it's fun as well, because two things. Number one, after the stroke, I loved sports, like the extreme sport, disability sports. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3/4. It's free.
Yes.
And then 1.4 is money, but it's not. It's very low than before.
Good.
And it's amazing. For example, No Barrier Summit is a disability sports. So it's 3 days in the morning, skiing, snowboard, hike, whatever you want and then in the evening, people who have a stroke, aphasia, disability people speak about their story, and it's
Yes.
blind, wheelchair, goggles,
Can you send me the info? I would like to go. I would go with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It would be so much fun.
And your people, please, I will email with disability sports.
Please.
And you can follow along for a lot of disability sports. So
good.
Yeah.
Anything that we can do to get us out, reclaim our independence, reclaim our way of life is a good thing. I refuse to be settled with, oh, he had a stroke. No, I'm better than I was before. And I'm not going to take this as a curse. I'm going to take this as the best thing that ever happened to me. I have developed so many friends, you know, and so much enthusiasm for life. And I just live it out loud. And if I want to address one thing, if I can, so many comments. So let me show. When I was in the hospital, I didn't blame the nurse. I blamed the administrator that put her up there, that didn't train her, because the minute I told her and sat down and talked to her, Carla, she got it. And she was very thankful that I took the time. I went back and saw her and took her a book that would help her understand, so she didn't have that experience anymore. I blamed the person that put her on the stroke floor and didn't tell her what aphasia was. He said, "Oh, I think it's some kind of language disorder, but it quickly goes away." No. So
Exactly.
I just wanted to say that thanks for all the caregivers. You know, you play a big role. So many comments. I think you're popular. Everybody has a crush on Avi. I was surprised at how much I knew more than his nurses. Exactly. That happens all the time.
No, because after the stroke, before the stroke, I understand aphasia, but I don't. I don't know. I don't really understand, but I don't care because it's 1,000 pages, a heart attack or stuff like that. So I don't. It's a lot.
4 words, right? 4 words.
Right. So after the stroke, yes, of course, I am working with EMS, police, hospital to speak with a speech pathology together, talking about aphasia, and they understand what is aphasia, but now understand more than before because a lot of people they understand more, and that is good. And
Hey, can I ask a question? Carla wanted to know from Avi, are there younger people, Kayla and Gabby's age at these programs, this disability sports?
in the belly button, they 1 or 2 times they have a stroke. So yes, absolutely, and uh, so it's there. It's small, but it's there. But they are working with a speech pathology together, and
Yep.
it's getting let more than more. So it's getting better.
So I'm going to post when Avi sends this info, I'm going to post it. I'll make a video about it. We'll talk about it. And I'm really glad that you brought this up because it's needed. Disability sports, my heroes. Yes. Um,
And I will email with Tom or Bob or whatever
Paul,
with disability sports, and you can post,
thank you very much.
and also
Call me anything, Tom, Bob,
Michael, whatever.
Michael, 111.
And
Oh,
also I have Facebook and LinkedIn, so I can post with Facebook with a lot of lists,
Please.
and you can
Just make sure you tag me if you can remember my name, and and I can share it. Oh,
but yeah.
Carla said, I understand, Paul, but these nursing programs need to cover this in depth. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because we need to spread awareness, especially to the hospital, especially to the pharmacist, especially to anybody that interacts with in the medical community. They need to be educated. And that's what I'm going to spend my life doing. And I'm so glad about that. Great, Paul. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry said, oh, Jerry, are you crying about yourself, Jerry? Oh, Paul Quillen said, only if stroke awareness and support was marketed as much as other health care needs. Exactly. There needs to be so much awareness. But we can do that together. Hey, Yvonne, Kent, Pateras said, "Hi, Paul and Avi. Do you know about Yvonne's work? The poems he writes? So amazing."
Yeah,
Hey, send Avi some poems so he can read it.
and I have Facebook and LinkedIn, but also I can email or cell phone and post with Paul. So please come to email with a lot of question as well. But basically, I am working with a speech pathology together, not separate, together, talking about aphasia with police, doctor, nurses, uh, EMS, firemen, to understand more than before. But also, I love to disability sports. I love it. A lot of really weird, fun, like for example, uh, Stingray City. I fit.
Tell me that story. Stingray City. What's that?
So Stingray City. Stingray is a sting. It's a big, big stingray, and they pet them. So I was petting them, and what swim with pigs. I said, what the hell is that? In the So I unfortunately the weather is poor, so no is canceled. So I'm sad because I'm saying, what the hell was swimming with pigs? So, so basically, yeah, it's weird, but
Did you swim with pigs?
no, because the weather was poor.
Oh, I got it. So you didn't get to swim with the pig. Guess you missed out.
I know, it's like what? But yeah, skydiving, scuba diving, hiking,
Yeah.
anything you want. Yeah.
I
So
can't wait to find out about that. That's your teaching right there. Teaching?
yes, yes. With
Where's that?
I don't know because every day I teach,
You do so much.
but also Yvonne or uh, Yvonne or Dennis or Todd or one or two people who has aphasia speak about their story as well.
Yeah,
Not just me.
I know. You
Yeah.
know, but it's really important that we all get out there and share our story. Uh, it's important that you own your story before you share your story.
Yeah.
People tried to push me to share it too quick, and I wouldn't. I needed to own it before I shared it, and I just didn't want to be viewed as a complainer. But Yvonne said, "Watch, he better. We know each other." I asked you if you know Yvonne's point, and you didn't say anything. He said, "He better." That's so funny. That's so funny.
But also, ARC is Aphasia Recovery Connection. I think
Yeah.
they have tons. It's 10,000 people. 10,000 people
Yep.
who has aphasia or speech pathology students or friends
Right.
coming having a good time. And today in the evening, I am not studying, zooming with Big Bang Theory. So
Good.
is you the guy my guy a long time ago was Big Bang Theory. It's
Yeah.
the sign.
Amazing.
I laugh, but
So
yeah,
I'm going to ask you. We're going to. I am going to host on my birthday next April a an aphasia um, event. Would you come and speak at my event?
of course, absolutely, fantastic.
Good, because I've got a lot of people lined up and I wanted to invite you personally. It's going to be amazing. We're going to begin promoting it in about mid-September. We're going to have a lot of people. It's going to be an amazing event. I just can't wait. So it's going to, I believe you would be the perfect person to have at that event. So I'm glad you said yes. So
No, absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, absolutely. Go. I'm there. I'm there.
this is your closing comments for Avi. What do you want to say to everybody that has aphasia, has a stroke, or anybody that's listening to give them hope?
First, laugh hysterically because it's very. I'm laughing hysterically because I'm working. I'm speaking and it's wrong, but I laugh hysterically. But also, is the same thing is working, working, and laughing is together. But also, after I am speaking with the hospital, so like that. So it's good, and
Yeah.
disability sport. So I love disability sports.
You know what? I appreciate you coming on the show. You have brought a lot of joy into a lot of people's life. I appreciate your sense of humor. You're forward looking, and you have a vision for other people to maintain hope and replace hopelessness with hopefulness. And I really am honored to have you on my show. You know, Carla, you know I'm going to invite you. Don, I missed the beginning, but I will try to join at some point. You and your guest never disappointment. Hey, Avi is world famous, and everybody has a crush on Avi. Who knew? I learned that today. Great show, Paul and Avi. Jerry, thank you. Yvonne said, Avi is amazing in so many ways. Yay, Avi! Standing O! Pat on the back. And Salud says, thank you for today's excellent interview. It was all Avi and Carolyn. I'm just a bit player hanging on to their cape.
No, because I'm just me.
Me too.
Meaning, I don't care working. I like to speak because I am aphasia, so I understand aphasia and I speak. It's no big deal to. Don't worry about me. Who cares? Worry about the people like Lisa or Tom or Nina. You work together and spread other talking about aphasia.
Exactly.
Other,
You know what? It's okay if we love you, Avi. It's okay if we break. It's okay. It's okay to give you your compliment and your just due because you have done a lot for people that have aphasia, and we're proud of you. And I know you don't want any of the credit, but
it's true.
I know, me too. And I just do it because it's the right thing to do, and I love it. Teaching is my passion and my heart. That's what fills my heart up. So until next week, be blessed.
Be blessed.
May the speech be with you, because Avi and I woke up and the speech wasn't with us anymore. We could only say Michael and one Michael. So Have a level 10 week. All these comments. Wow. Look at this. We're amazing. Carolyn is amazing.
Amazing. She is amazing as well.
Thank you, Avi and Paul. Great show. Got no housework done today. I'm sorry. Jenny Baker, great show. So much joy through each of you. Thank you, Jenny. Oh,
and please come to talk. Also, not just me, not just Paul. Go and blast. Go as well.
And Salud says that's why we keep using Yvonne Kent Patera's poems on our show. You know why? She's a rock star. She is. So we've got to go. Thank you. And we always say, hope is on the way.
Yes.
Bye for now. Stay tuned. Stay on the show. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.